Miu Miu and I, we kind of started our relationship. This year they dressed me for the Oscars and the Vanity Fair, which is really cool. And we wanted to do something that hasn't been done a lot in tennis, which is having like a big name brand collab with New Balance. And obviously New Balance has had that relationship with Miu Miu with their sneakers. And I feel like tennis, with the rise of it, and necessarily tennis fashion, I feel like I think we all felt like it was a very natural thing to do.
For years, sports fans scratched their heads, wondering why the biggest sports powerhouses prioritize their male athletes, staying unusually quiet about their brightest female stars. The lack of action was impossible to ignore. But today, New Balance didn't just issue a tribute to Coco Gauff, they delivered a marketing masterclass to the entire planet. Let's be real, this situation is far more than a flashy ad or a tribute banner slapped onto an arena wall. It runs much deeper than that. New Balance has finally dropped what many are calling a definitive tribute to Coco Gauff, and the entire world is shocked. The gesture is not a desperate attempt to recover lost ground. It is the harvest of a partnership that has been cultivated with intelligence and respect since day one.
So yeah, they're collaborating with New Balance to design my kits for Rome, Cincinnati, and Berlin. So I'm super excited for that. I feel like it's really cool. It's very Miu Miu. So I'm really excited in Rome.
New Balance did what many brands fail to do: recognize the full worth of a female athlete as a cultural icon. What is the key to this success that manifests today in this viral tribute? Let's take a step back. Coco Gauff, the rising superstar of women's tennis, is on an era-defining trajectory. She has propelled herself to unprecedented success, won a Grand Slam, and captivated fans with her electrifying talent and her voice. She's not just a player, she's a true game changer. Her first major appearance in the US Open final drew massive viewership, proving that women's tennis, with Coco Gauff at the center, is a global audience product. You'd think every brand, having invested heavily in her, would be front and center celebrating this, and in this case, you would be absolutely right. Unlike other sports giants that signed their stars and then went completely silent, no commercials, no merchandise ads, New Balance did the exact opposite. This is baffling when you think about it. New Balance signed one of the brightest stars in women's tennis, Coco Gauff, and has since built a brand empire around her. Contrast that with how other brands historically treated female legends. They received limited campaigns and scarce merchandise. With Gauff and New Balance, there are no crickets, there is selling success. This commitment did not go unnoticed. While other brands slept, New Balance saw an opening. They recognized what the old guard of marketing missed: the chance to make Gauff the definitive face of the sport, precisely because she refuses to be just an athlete. New Balance was not about to sit back and watch the competition fumble a golden opportunity. Rumors that other companies tried and failed to court Gauff away from New Balance only reinforced the success of this long-term partnership. And now, the latest tribute from New Balance is not just about celebrating Gauff's accomplishments. It is a declaration of dominance. The move that shocked the world was New Balance's collaboration with the luxury fashion house Miu Miu. This is not just a commercial or a banner. It is the recognition that Coco Gauff is a fashion icon and a cultural influencer on the same level as European luxury brands. The New Balance x Miu Miu collab, with Gauff at the center, is the perfect apology tribute. An apology from whom? From the system that historically neglected female athletes. New Balance is positioning itself as the brand that understands the intersectionality between elite sports, luxury fashion, and the voice of Generation Z. The gesture was impressive, but let's be honest, it wasn't just about celebrating her records. It was New Balance telling the world, we saw her first and invested in her as a luxury icon. Their timing made it obvious. This is the culmination of a long-term strategy. Facts about the Coco Gauff and New Balance partnership prove this. The youth bet. New Balance signed Gauff when she was only 14 years old, demonstrating belief in long-term potential, not just immediate performance. The signature shoe, CG1. New Balance launched the CG1, Gauff's signature shoe, at a very early stage in her career, a milestone reserved for very few. This immediately positioned her as a game-changing star in fashion and technology. The voice of activism. New Balance used the We Got Now campaign to amplify Coco's voice on social justice and politics, making her off-court bravery an integral part of the company's branding. The luxury collab, Miu Miu. Coco's involvement in the Miu Miu partnership elevates her status from athlete to global fashion superstar, which is above and beyond the reach of most sports sponsorships. Gauff did not accept this quietly. She seized the moment, speaking not only about her own journey, but about the growth of women's tennis as a whole. Packed arenas, rising viewership, and fans finally investing in the sport in a major way. She emphasized the importance of global exposure and the long-term impact it would have on women's tennis. She made it clear, this isn't a fleeting trend. The sport is here to stay, and it needs platforms that reflect that reality. The CG1 signature shoe is more than merchandise. For an athlete, it is a statement. For Gauff, it symbolizes progress for women's tennis. When LeBron James got his first signature shoe, it was a game changer. It was Nike signaling to the world, this man is the future of basketball. Our company is built around him. Now, New Balance is delivering that same monumental message. Coco Gauff is the future queen. This isn't just about selling footwear, it's about establishing a dynasty. The CG1, designed with Gauff's input on everything from colorways to structure, isn't just a shoe for the court. It's a cultural artifact that belongs on the streets, in fashion blogs, and on the feet of millions of young people globally. This move shattered an outdated ceiling, proving that female tennis stars possess the same economic and cultural gravity as the biggest names in the NBA. The timing is crucial. The New Balance tribute is not just about boosting her profile. It is about sending an indelible message that women's sports deserve the same investment, the same commitment, and the same global marketing resources as men's. This is the core of the Gauff revolution. The bigger picture is clear. Coco Gauff is showing the world that women's sports are a major market, with millions of fans ready to engage and, more importantly, ready to buy. New Balance didn't just see an opportunity, they recognized a movement. They understand that women's sports are rising like never before, with record viewership, skyrocketing engagement, and unprecedented interest from sponsors who seek authenticity. Gauff is not just a rising star, she is the face of a new era in tennis, one where excellence is rewarded equally. Coco Gauff is a trailblazer who influences the sport on and off the court. The battle between brands for her attention could redefine how female athletes are marketed and valued. For too long, women's sports have not received the attention they deserved, often treated as an afterthought in global marketing budgets. But with Coco Gauff at the center, the tide is turning. And it's turning because brands like New Balance are willing to put their money where the future is. New Balance's success in retaining Gauff is a victory for the sport. But it is bigger than one athlete. This case redefines the value of female athletes, forcing competitors to reevaluate their entire strategy toward women's sports. For New Balance, it was undeniable that losing Gauff was not an option because she represents the gold standard of modern sports branding, the legacy of Coco Gauff Enterprises, CGE. Gauff positioned herself as a trailblazer by leaving Roger Federer's agency to launch her own company. She became the CEO of her own brand. She made it clear, her mission is not just personal success. She is advocating for more national TV exposure, greater fan engagement, and more investment in the sport as a whole. Her success is tied to the sport's success, and that is what makes her so influential. The proof of value. In other sponsorships, Barilla built the Serving Love campaign around her diet, health, and community commitment. A lifestyle sponsorship that aligns perfectly with her image. Rolex positioned her as a symbol of legacy and timelessness, investing in her historical potential. UPS, United Parcel Service, launched an anime short film called Coco vs. Doubters, using Gauff's story to inspire young Generation Z entrepreneurs. This shows that her value transcends sports and luxury, reaching the world of business and motivation. What do you think? Will New Balance continue leading the way alongside Gauff, solidifying its place as the champion of the female athlete? Or will the competition finally wake up to the value of this new era of women's tennis and commit to the same level of investment? Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on this story. The future of women's tennis is just getting started.